welcome to Life Guidance from Beyond. We're your hosts, Deborah Rogers, holistic occupational therapist, certified trauma specialist, and intuitive healer, and
Jenna Murthy, communications executive by day, and intuitive medium and spiritual coach by night. On our show, we'll be channeling wisdom from beyond to help you tackle the everyday challenges of being human.
So let's explore the wisdom beyond and find new ways to navigate life together.
Welcome back to Life Guidance and Beyond. I'm Jenna.
And I'm Deborah. And today we are thrilled to welcome our first podcast guest, Maria Spiewakowski, and she's from The Healing Door. She's an energy practitioner. She's a spiritual coach. She is a hypnotherapist, past life regression therapist, and also specializes in quantum healing for the soul, body, and mind. And stay tuned because at the end, she is going to provide for us a very special healing for all. So welcome, Maria. We're so excited to have you.
Thank you so much, both of you. I'm excited to be here. And you know, this is my first podcast.
Oh,
Yes,
awesome.
so I hope I do okay, but I'm very happy to be here. You guys do such a beautiful job and work, and you're such beautiful souls. So thank you for having me.
Oh, thank you, my
Maria.
friend.
So I know today you're here to talk about Arcturian healing. But before we jump into that topic, would you tell us a little bit about yourself and how you ended up in the healing arts?
Okay. Thank you. So as you mentioned, I am a spiritual practitioner. I can actually connect or channel the angelic healing realm. I work with Archangel Raphael, and I also call in Michael, and sometimes other archangels. But I also connect with the Arcturians, which I'll talk about more as we go along. And the Arcturian Healing method, it's called. So I combine the two healing modalities together to really empower the healing experience. Mm-hmm. So not only do I do energy work, but I also, as you mentioned, I am a quantum healing hypnosis therapist, which means I take clients to past lives, and these lives that they look at correspond with this life. This is something that they might be bringing back into this life where there's still continuously to experience. So what we do is we cut those cords, but I also connect them with your spirit guides to get answers about anything about their current life, their life purpose, and so forth. And at the very end, there is an amazing, intense, powerful quantum healing that happens that really defies any, science and so forth. So that has been quite an experience, and I've learned so much from these sessions. I also do third eye activation through meditation. I do call in the Arcturians to help me with that. I do a lot of group healing classes. I can combine distance as well as in person. I can do both. I can also, lately I've been doing a lot of entity clearing. I'm like, what is going on?
Yes.
Right?
That's the whole time.
Almost on a weekly basis. And thank God I know I'm well protected, and the Arcturians do help. Archangel Michael helps. So I feel really empowered by the help, by the assistance I get. But yeah, that's been kind of running rampant lately. I'm trying to think what else. I am a spiritual coach as well. I teach Reiki, and I sometimes may teach Arcturians. That's how I got started. Is a great story. I have a young brother. Actually, I have two twin brothers who were always ill. They were born sick, and they suffer a lot. And one time, one of them got really ill. He needed a liver transplant. And there was this mad rush to find one. It's not like you go to a store and buy a liver. Yeah. Anyway, so I remember getting so scared, and I felt so helpless. It's just not a good feeling. And I just remember the moment I was at my current job at the time and thinking, I wish I knew a way to heal him. I get emotional just talking about it. But I remember thinking, I wish I knew a way to heal him. Well, shortly after, your mind is so powerful. That intention, that's what I'm going to talk a little bit more about. That intention is powerful because what happened was energy started to flow out of my hands and my feet.
Wow. What?
I mean, it was so intense at time that if I'm holding a book or an object, I drop it because I could almost see the energy.
Wow.
I had no idea what it was. I didn't know anything about Reiki at the time. And I kept it to myself. I didn't say anything, but because I'm like, well, this is definitely not menopause. I knew that. And so at some point later, I don't know, maybe 6 months later, I was talking to this woman who happens to be an energy practitioner. And I was telling her about my experience. And she said right away, she goes, well, that's Reiki. And I said, what is that? And she says, it's something you should be doing clearly, and you should look into it. I had no interest in it. I said, no, it's not for me, but the universe had a different plan, and everywhere I went, it'd be like Reiki signs, and I kept thinking, no, I'm ignoring this. But one day I love bookstores, and I stepped into this bookstore, and in the hallway there, basically it was covered with Reiki books.
Wow.
And big signs, 30% off. So I stood there in the center and I said, fine, I'll do it. So I bought the book, I brought it home, and I started to read it right away, and I couldn't put it down.
Wow.
It just spoke to me, right? So I decided to get attuned. And I didn't take it seriously at first. I was just really working on, family members. And it wasn't until around COVID time, I did lose my business, unfortunately, but everything works out the way it's supposed to, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that's when I got into Arcturian Healing method.
Wow.
So because I lost my business, I was very devastated. I just couldn't believe it just happened. And then I heard this loud, clear message. We have a new plan for you. Because when I was saying I was devastated and I was blaming God and how could you do this to me? I've been a good person and so forth. And that's when I heard the message, and it stopped me dead in my tracks. And I said, and what is that? And I heard Reiki, and I'm like, oh, okay, I could do that.
Yeah.
And then I opened it wasn't from my home. I had to start, because at the time we were in lockdown, right?
Yeah.
And so I started to do it. And then should I then talk about the Arcturians? Should I segue into the Arcturians and how I?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Sure. Segue, and you can tell us, even who are the Arcturians for.
Yeah. They are one of the most advanced, highly evolved, benevolent extraterrestrials from the planet Arcturus. I've actually early on did get a glimpse of what that planet looks like. It's blue, mountainous, very stark. Not a place I want to vacation, put it that way. But I did get a glimpse of it. So Arcturians tend to be tall and slender. They have big eyes, and they're blue, although others have said they've seen other colors, like maybe purple. They're considered to be the master healers of all galactic places, planets. So it would make sense that we can connect with them and ask for healing. They really have an understanding of how the human body works and the emotion. And so you could just basically ask them for any help, and they'll come in and help you. They're also known or believed to also protect our planet from other galactic invasions as well. But they're very kind and loving. I put them up there with the angels and spirit guides.
Wow.
Yeah. So I do connect with other galactic allies, Palladians, Syrians, but the Arcturians are the ones I call on when I do healing for myself and for others. Yeah. So I don't know anything else.
What type of healing do they help you with?
Okay, so they do the physical healing. I often ask them to do to cleanse the subtle bodies. I go right into the physical healing. And they basically, I just connect with them and say, okay, let's do the physical healing first. And they'll do that depending on, of course, we have free will. And so the client will have to accept the healing. Okay. And then I go into the nervous system. And it's basically covering the parasympathetic and sympathetic nervous system. That helps people who have anxiety, and who doesn't, especially these days, right? And insomnia, those who suffer from insomnia, huge. Every time they say they'll have the best night's sleep. That'll last for a while. Then they're really good working with emotions, clearing negative thoughts and emotions, and I'll call on them to do that as well. Clearing blockages in the body, clearing entities.
So how do you connect with the Arcturians? Do you see them? Is it setting intention? Do you sense them? Can you explain that to listeners, and if they can even connect with them?
Oh, they certainly can. Anybody can. They're actually very anxious to get as many people to connect with them because they're very present now, along with other galactic allies and friends, the Sirians, Palladians, and so forth. I'm going to give you a quick meditation that everyone can try and to connect. Okay. How I do it, because I've been doing this for so long, is I just basically go a foot above my head. That's your soul star chakra. And that's simply where I connect. And connecting is as simple as you wishing or desiring to connect, setting that intention, and you can connect. So what I do is I just raise my awareness to a foot above my head, and there I call them in. I invoke the Arcturians. And then I might say, okay, let's clear and balance all the subtle bodies. And then I might say, let's heal the body in an open way. We're going to heal the body. And they'll decide. You can say you're having, headache or something. I can ask the Arcturians, please heal so-and-so's head. But what I normally do is I just ask them, just heal the way you feel is necessary. Heal the body. Because there may be something else going on that I don't know, or even the client, for that matter, knows. And so the Arcturians will then go in and heal. But it's a matter of connecting with them and asking what it is you want and putting your awareness on the person, or unless it's yourself, and just sit and wait it out and let them do their magic, right?
How do you know that they're there?
That you're connected?
Yeah, I trust. Yeah, I just trust. I mean, sometimes I'll sense them, but it's mostly trust. And I've had quite a few clients who experienced them, so it sort of validates this is really. But I never questioned it. It's just I just trust. Also, like I said, I'm also connecting with Archangel Raphael's always by my side. Whether it's yourself or the client, they're getting both. So the nervous system is one that I just work on the nervous system, and then they know what to do. They know about the body. They're very adept and proficient. They can be also impatient. I've also had quite a few people tell me that on their way to see me, they can feel the healing going on. Wow. Before they get to me. And then they'll get to me and they're like, I think I'm good. And I'm like, no, you're not. You're going to lay down on that bed. We're going to finish this. That sometimes will happen. And it happens that way because we already have an agreement that the healing will be, and they feel like why not start now? And
I know with Reiki, you have to be attuned, essentially, to be able to have that healing modality come out of your being into another. Is there an attunement that you have to do for this?
Question.
So good question. Yeah. So Jean Eng, who teaches this, attunes people to it. I feel that because we are catapulting to a whole higher dimension, as you know, Earth is changing. Her vibration is changing. The veil is thinning. They're communicating with us more than ever. I think you can just set that desire. I wish to connect. They will connect with you. I really do. And I did ask the question. They said, yes, absolutely.
What about protecting oneself? Do you need to protect, like, I don't want to just connect with any extraterrestrial. So how do I make sure if I want the Arcturians?
Okay. So absolutely always, always protect yourself. When you're in a state of meditation, you are open. So you always want to protect yourself. And the best, easiest way to do it is just invoke divine light. Picture it almost like a pyramid, a beautiful, I invoke divine light. Picture it covering your entire body and just say, please protect me throughout this day and through the night. Okay. So I would suggest doing that first. And then you can connect with the Arcturian. I'll give listeners some steps. This is how they can learn to activate their third eye to open up more to the impressions of them and so much more. Okay. And so what I suggest, so once you protect yourself in divine light, okay, go to your third eye, right about between your eyebrows, right there. Okay. And I want you to breathe in through your third eye and breathe out. Breathe in and breathe out. What you're doing is when you bring your awareness, there is energy to your mind, to your thoughts, right? By bringing your awareness to your third eye and keeping it there, you're actually activating the third eye to open it up even more. Okay? So breathing in and out, it also helps to calm your mind. So breathing in and out for about, I would suggest maybe 2 minutes, back and forth. If it helps to count, I would suggest counting to 6 breath in, maybe quick pause and 6 breath out. 6 breath in and 6 breath out. Like I said, do it for 2 minutes. Now I want you to connect with your heart chakra, which is right in the center of your chest. Picture that beautiful radiant green light. As you're breathing in, watch it, feel it expanding. Okay. Now, connect your heart chakra with your third eye. Just very gently be aware of both of them at the same time. The heart chakra actually will help also activate your third eye. So just spend just a moment there. Now I want you to go to the top of your head. That is your crown chakra. Picture this beautiful violet color spinning. And set the intention, I wish to connect with the Arcturians of the highest Christed white light. Or you can just simply say, I wish to connect with the Arcturians of the highest light. That way, you are connecting directly with them and not any imposters, because I've experienced imposters. Okay, so now that you've asked that, raise your awareness to a foot above and just stay a moment there. Feel for any subtle impressions. You may feel sensation. You may feel this warmth. You may see colors. Any way that they're going to present themselves to you, they'll do it. Okay? And now you may ask, please heal my body. Please quiet my mind. Whatever intention you want to ask them, whatever you need from them, you ask, and just very gently bring your awareness to your body and just spend a moment there and see if you can sense anything. Just allow it to happen. And so it will. Now, if even before you even do this, you can just try and connect with them up there. So I wish to connect with the Arcturian of the highest light. Bring your awareness to a foot above and then sense for them and see what you get. You may even get a smell. And that's your window. It's opening up. And the more you do this, the more you practice, before long, you will have wonderful communications with them. Mm-hmm. And then
Deb,
you can ask for healing.
So when I connect with them, I always see blue.
Because that's their color.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What about you? Did you get anything?
I saw green light and then it turned to a violet light. You saw the same?
I saw green light too. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
And then my ears started to like when I do mediumship,
Ring.
it feels like I'm on an elevator. The pressure, it's
The pressure. Yeah. I get the pressure on my head. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm wondering if the green light,
Unless that's the heart.
that is the heart. Yeah, that is the heart. And maybe you connected with your heart and that's what you were feeling in.
That's when I was seeing the green light, when I was connecting to
Yes.
my
Yeah.
heart.
Usually the green light for me, I see eyes. I see the big doe eyes is what I always see. But usually green light for me is Archangel Raphael.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
interesting.
And he's always by me. So he might have done something for you too. You know, he kind of jumps in. Yeah. So that's wonderful. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you.
Fun.
And I have experienced healing from you many times, and I got to say, it is there. I've never experienced anything quite like working with you, Maria. It's pretty amazing.
Thank you so much. Thank you for saying that. And I love working with you because you make it fun. You have such a beautiful gift and how you can see and sense. Oh my God, it's fun.
Yeah, it is fun.
So how do you know when Maria's working on you? What are you sensing?
So if say we're not the past life or the channeling, but the Arcturian healing, I'll see blue. And it's funny because I always, if I'm talking to them in my mind, I feel like they're humorous. Like
yes.
they make it lighthearted.
Uh-huh. They are humorous.
But your hands become so hot. It just penetrates so deeply into me.
Mm-hmm.
It's really, really amazing. I've never had anyone work on me before where their hands were just so hot and it felt it was just going so deep.
I often get asked if I have a heating pad on them.
Yeah.
Yeah. And when I say I don't, they tend to not believe me because they're like, that's not possible. And I'm like, yeah, well, it's true.
Yeah.
What would someone go to you for specifically?
Anything.
Really?
Anything they need, healing can happen. I'll give you an example. I had someone who had, this is really bizarre, even for me. She had just broken her ankle and she had this metal piece to connect the bones. And for some reason, the metal piece started to come loose and it was sort of coming out of her bones, kind of sticking out, not very good. And went to her doctor and the doctor's like, we need to hurry up and we need to cut that out, you know? So in the meantime, she came to me and I don't know why. I just said to her, oh, I can dissolve that. I just blurted that out. And she said, she started laughing at me. She says, that is funny. That's not possible. You're joking, right? And I'm like, I can dissolve that. And she said, again, she didn't believe me. So anyway, so I have her on the table, but she's one who can also see. So it helps, right? So there I am. I've got my hands on, cupped around her ankle. It was her right ankle. And all of a sudden she screams like, oh my God, you're shaving it off. It's coming out. She could see kind of like dust coming out of her in her mind's eye. She could see it just sort of dissolving. And of course, there's part of me like, yes, I can do this. And the other part is like, you're crazy, right? This is impossible, right? And so we were done. After I was done, I didn't think much of it. She didn't either. And as she's walking out, I said to her, oh, can we look at your ankle? And we looked down. She did. It was 90% up because at some point she says to me, you have to stop because you're exerting too much energy. You're going to burn yourself out. So I stopped. So I was able to shave 90% of it. So there was 10% left. And she did have a before picture and I took an after. There is no limit to what we can do. It's our minds that get in the way.
Right.
It's our belief system that gets in the way. If you feel you can fly right now, yes, you can fly. We've been conditioned. That's the other thing that Arcturians can work on is deprogramming old belief system. So if I ask them, can you deprogram? They'll do that. Mm-hmm.
That's cool.
Yeah,
I'd like
yeah. Addiction also is one that I work with them on addiction. What they do is they go there and soften that dopamine. They
Oh.
work, like I said before, they really know the human body, and they can sort of gently calm that so that you don't have the desire for that thing.
Yeah.
So that does take quite a few sessions. But I go into things like, why not, right?
Right.
We are all superhuman. I am nothing special. I really am not. It's just I believe and I have fun with it. And I know fun with me because I can be silly. And I said, why not, right?
It helps that a person going in has a certain belief too, I would think, right?
Thank you.
That,
Thank you for saying that, because healing will not happen unless the person believes it. So I've started to do more of mind exercise right before I start the healing, where I have them accept his healing, say a few words to accept his healing.
oh, how would you like to share healing with everybody so they can experience it?
I'd love to do that. Okay.
And maybe when you do, before you do it, can you just explain what you're going to be doing and maybe what the
So as I
intention
go
is?
along, I'm going to talk. Yeah, as I go along.
Okay.
The other thing too is healing will continue long after I stop, and I'll set that intention for it to continue. For anyone, any listeners out there who need it, it's well, for one, it's up to them to really receive it, and they can also set the intention that it'll continue until it's complete. This will be for those who are watching now and in the future. That's what I'm going to set that intention. Anyone in the future will, hit play and can get the healing. Okay. So I just connected with them and I asked them to open, cleanse, energize all the subtle bodies of the listeners now and in the future. And what this does is it'll help when their subtle bodies are opened and cleansed, it helps the healing better. Okay, I have asked them to send general healing to the physical body. Now, you all can say at this moment, I receive this healing with gratitude. You can just say that to yourself. I am receiving this healing with gratitude. You can trust that they're all with you. I just ask the Arcturians to work on the nervous system. The listeners may feel some sensation, some warmth. They can even maybe see colors or not. Just trust you are receiving this healing. I have now asked them to clear any energies that may have come in from the environment or other people that they may be holding, if they would clear these. Now I've just asked them to just integrate all the subtle bodies. You could just take a moment to thank them for their love and support always. Okay. All right.
What did you feel?
So I totally felt. So first of all, I saw a shape above your head right when you said, "I've connected," and right when you turned to me and you said, "I feel a shift," and it was like it was like a white light
Over my
above
head?
over your head.
Oh, wow.
It was like the shape of an alien face.
Ah!
So, and then I was like, maybe I'm imagining it. And then I looked back and there was nothing there. I'm like, okay, so it was there because it should have been there. I could tell it.
Okay.
So that was, and then I saw green light again when, and then I saw when you shifted to the second, the nervous system, I think, I saw a indigo light in my mind's
Oh,
eye.
wow.
Interesting. Well, I think what's interesting is we get it so differently, right? Because you're so clairvoyant that you see light or images, and and I'm much more, I can sense things in my body. So I
I'm
could
like
sense,
you. I sense things in my
yeah,
body. Yes.
so I sensed a shift. And then when you work on the subtle bodies, I felt a wave of cold. And I know for me, I think sometimes it means like my body's processing something.
Right.
And it's all subtle, but it was interesting to pay attention, just having awareness on the body. Oh, so then when you worked on the nervous system,
Yeah.
my shoulders dropped. I'm like, oh, that feels so calming.
Yeah.
It was interesting.
That's great.
And then later on, I think you were integrating the subtle bodies.
Mm-hmm.
To remember. And then my neck, like my neck's bothering me, but my neck elongated a little.
Uh-huh.
So,
Wow.
oh, your neck elongated too?
My neck, I heard sit up straight, and like I also felt like it was like compression, like as if
Oh.
somebody was in front of me and behind me and keeping me in a certain position.
Because I kept getting straighter and straighter when I was sitting.
They're good. There, you can come back to this recording.
Yeah, that's a good point. So people can keep coming back and just get into healing anytime they need it.
Exactly.
And realizing too, maybe you don't feel anything, and that's fine. It's just knowing with the intention that it is happening. And then even if you listen to the recordings a few times, you might start realizing, oh, wait, that's that subtle sensation. That's what that is.
Exactly. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. And pay attention, because you are going to notice a slight difference. If you don't pay attention, you're going to think, yeah, it didn't work, but changes have happened, but they're subtle. So the stretching, all that, I hear this so often. Like, what are you doing? What are you doing? Are you going to make me 5 feet 5?
I've always wanted to be
Mind
fine.
that. Right now I'm at like 5'3" something.
Well, thank you so much. We really appreciate
Oh,
you
my
being
pleasure. I had so much fun with you ladies. Thank you.
I also want to add, Maria, because you do something very, very special every night, and I appreciate how you do this, and you really set time aside with a group where you do. Do you want to share about, healing the world?
Yes, yes. Yeah, there's a group of us every night around 9 o'clock. Wherever we are, we don't Zoom or call or anything. I just sent a quick text saying we're going to start in 2 minutes. And in 2 minutes, everyone gets together in their own space. They put their hands out and they send loving, healing light to the world to help humanity to overcome the challenges that we're facing right now, to send love and lift us as a community. So we do it we send it out to people, we send it out to the animal kingdom, the plant kingdom, the water. Mother Earth needs it quite a bit. In fact, I was going to ask if we could maybe do it tonight, send it to Gaza. Yeah. And it's like a prayer almost. Our intention, we have no idea how powerful we really are in our thoughts create. Like prayer is just sending that loving thought out. People do pick up on it because we're all connected. We don't realize that. And it does make a difference, and it is making a difference. So you feel so helpless sometimes, and you don't think you're doing much, but the truth is we are making a difference.
So if people want to join on that, would they go to your website and contact you?
They can go to my website. Well, they can get my number at my website, and they can just text me, and I'll love to include them. But thank you for putting that. I think that's a great idea, because obviously the more we have, the more power it is in. My website is healingwithmaria.com. Gives you all the different services I offer there. Anyone needs distant is just as powerful. And yes, and my number will be there, and I'll include them in the group. So yeah, thank you for that. Yeah,
We'll include your website and your company's name as well in the show notes so that people can access you easily.
Very good. Very good.
So just to kind of sum it up, so we've been talking about Arcturian healing, and you can listen to this as many times as you want to continue to receive that healing that Maria was so kindly shared with us. And also, if you want to get in touch with the Arcturians yourself, you can create the pyramid of light, as Maria talked about. You go to your third eye, you breathe into it for about 2 minutes. You go to your heart, then you go to your crown, and then you go above. And it's always with the intention of connecting to the Arcturians of light.
They don't even have to ask for healing. They could just want to connect and see if they get any kind of impression. And that builds their gifts, the psychic gifts as well. And our galactic allies are anxiously waiting to connect with everyone. They
are.
really, really want this. And I'm sure they're happy that we're spreading this to let people, anyone can do this. Anyone can do this.
Yeah.
Oh, well, thank you so much for joining us. It's been such a pleasure.
Same here. It's so much fun. I hope you have me back.
Oh my gosh, I
yes.
want to talk about past life and stuff with you. So
yeah,
that's a good one. I would love that one. Yes.
There's a lot to talk. You do a lot, Maria, so there's a lot to talk about.
I do a lot. Yeah.
You're an amazing healer.
Thank you. We all are. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for your time. We appreciate it. Thanks for joining us on Life Guidance from Beyond. We appreciate your listening. And don't forget to subscribe.